Pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from the anther to the stigma of a flower. Now let's see what happens in the pollination process. During pollination, the flower petals' bright colors and fragrant scent attract an insect. The insect arrives on the flower to collect nectar. Nectar is a sweet liquid which makes perfect insect food. As the insect is gathering the nectar, it rubs against the anthers, which rub pollen onto the insect. When the insect gets hungry again, it gets attracted to another flower's bright colors and fragrant scent. As the insect feeds on the nectar in this new flower, the pollen stalk to the insect from the first flower rubs off onto the female part of the second flower, which is the stigma. Part of this pollen travels down the style and then into the ovary. The tiny piece of pollen joins onto an ovule in the ovary. Then the plant is fertilized. The ovary of the flower turns into seed, which will then be dispersed so that new plant will be able to grow somewhere else. Actually, we have two types of pollination, which are self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of a flower to the stigma of that same flower. Note, of that same flower. While cross-pollination is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of a flower to the stigma of another flower. There are different agents of pollination, that is, things that carry out pollination. We have animals, we have wind, water, insects such as bees, butterflies, flies, etc. All these are agents of pollination. I hope you now understand what pollination is all about. Now I'm going to explain to you what seed dispersal means. Dispersal actually means movement or to spread. So seed dispersal is the movement or transport of seeds away from the parent plant. Seeds can be dispersed by animals, wind, water, and explosion. That is, animal dispersal, wind dispersal, water dispersal, and dispersal by explosive mechanism. Please feel free to ask any question if there is a problem area for you, using the notes and questions section below. See you in our next class.